Hello, everyone. We're here to break down UFC Fight Night, Jan versus Dvalishvili. How you doing today, Derek?
I'm good, man. I'm glad to be back. We kind of went MIA for a little bit. We've been pretty busy. But yeah, man, glad to be back. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Glad to be back as well. Ready to, break down. I think the best fight night of the year so far. What do you think?
Yeah, dude, this is a banger. This one's tight. We were talking about it. This is we could potentially see finishes in every single fight on the main card. Um, on the last five fights, whether it's submission or knockout. It's pretty crazy. It's gonna be a fun one. And to end it with Peter Yan against Merab, I mean, come on.
Gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Got a little testy today at the weigh-ins. You see that?
I did see that. I saw that. That's you know, I thought it was funny. Peter Yan this whole week's been bullying everybody. They did a little compilation on Twitter of him talking shit to everybody he's came across on the PI, calling Alec Quinta a realtor. Um, all this stuff. Sugar Sean O'Malley. I forgot who he asked to. Potato guy. Someone said something about his potato face. Um, and confronted him. Uh, so I'll try to hold it till the fight breakdown, but I would be scared to fight Peter Yan this week.
Yeah, I mean, if I lost, two in a row that I potentially didn't lose, I'd probably be pretty pissed too.
Yeah, yeah,
He definitely won the last fight. I don't care what anyone says, but maybe lost the Sterling fight.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the last fight was definitely close. I can see why people think he won, and I can see why people thought he lost. Um, but I mean, we all forget about it if he wins this weekend, and he's just gonna go up again and be another contender for the belt once again. So, and I think it benefits him too that he has history with Aljamain and Sean O'Malley, and then with Henry Cejudo in the mix, that makes it even more fun. So, I mean, Peter Yan versus Henry Cejudo. I mean, you sign me up for that. I mean,
I would definitely watch that. There's no doubt about that.
yeah.
I
So,
like Peter against really anyone. He's always fun to watch.
yeah, yeah, he's tight. Like I said, I'll try to keep it for the breakdown, but I'm excited to see him fight this weekend. And I'm a big Merab fan too. Like this is that's where it was difficult to pick, but um, the four fights before that are even bangers. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a good one. Starts off with Anton Turkalj against Vitor Petrino. Who do you like in that one?
Yeah, these guys are both coming off the Dana White Contender Series. They're alumni of that show. We've seen Jamal Hill. We've seen a lot of these guys start to come into their own that come off that show, which is cool. And this is a pretty well balanced matchup, I think. I got Vitor though Petrino at -115 to take the dub. He has 5 straight KOs. He's undefeated as well. And then Anton, he lost his last fight, which I think is kind of a blessing in disguise. It probably takes off the pressure of being undefeated in his professional career. He knows what a loss feels like as well, and he's probably went back to the drawing board to try to come back better. But I do think he is going to probably get knocked out by Vitor Petrino to start the card off.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that loss that Anton had, not the worst thing in the world. I think he moved up in weight for that, or Almeida might have moved down. But I mean, losing to Jonathan Almeida, not the worst thing in the world. That guy's a beast right now. He's on a tear, and he's up at heavyweight now. Um, yeah, for this one, we haven't really seen much of these guys in the UFC yet either. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with Petrino as well. Like you said, he's on a knockout tear right now. Yeah, I like him to get the job done.
Yeah, yeah. I think he, with the 7-0. I mean, obviously you want to keep that 0, so he kind of has a lot more. I mean, these guys are fighting for. We're saying Vitor, I think, has a little bit more to fight for to keep that undefeated record.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. And then the second fight, then you have Said Nurmagomedov, number 14, against Jonathan Martinez. Who do you like in that one?
This one's tough. Honestly, we have. I'm gonna go Jonathan Martinez here. I think he's scrappy. I think he can get the job done. Is Nurmagomedov going to be able to take him down the whole time? Probably not. And on the feet, Jonathan Martinez pretty solid. They both are, but he knocked out Cub Swanson last time. It's always a good guy to knock out. Tough veteran. Guy's been around the game. Before that, 3 decision wins. Jonathan Martinez can grind out the wins as well. He's had a pretty good UFC career so far. He's only lost to Davey Grant, Andre Ewell, and Andre Sukumtat. And, he's only got finished one time in the UFC. He got knocked out by Davey Grant. But other than that, he's had a pretty good run. 4 straight wins. Said Nurmagomedov, he's coming off 4 wins as well, 3 finishes. He's definitely good as well, but I just think at this price, it's right now it's plus 190. I'm going to go with Martinez.
Nice. So we are going to be different on the second fight. I'm going to go ahead and go with Said Nurmagomedov. Even though I think Jonathan Martinez is super game, but Said just never been finished in the UFC. And Jonathan Martinez, though, I did highlight last person he did lose to was Davey Grant, who's a fucking beast. So that's nothing to hang your head low about. But he can go the distance as well. That's why I think Said is probably gonna just have to grind it out the 3 rounds. I'll wrestle him. But it's not gonna be no easy task. But I am gonna lock in Said Nurmagomedov. But
and shout out to Davey Grant. He's fighting Rafael Assunção on this card. That should be a banger.
That's too. Yeah. I'm surprised closer to the main. On this card.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good one. Who do you like? Mario Batista against Guido Canetti.
Oh, is that a new one?
I'm not exactly sure, but I think it was supposed to be the second fight. They might have added it in.
They added that one in because I think Austin Lingo is not fighting. I think.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's why.
I think okay. Well, to be honest with you, I don't have anybody for that fight. I didn't break it down. Because
Mario Batista's minus 950, so I'd let you figure out that he's probably gonna win. Not that.
Yeah, minus 950. Yeah, just lock me in for that one.
He's going against Guido Canetti. Canetti's won the last 2 in a row. He's definitely been finished, decent amount of times in the UFC. He's been subbed, 3 times in the UFC. He's been knocked out. Mario Batista right now is looking pretty solid. He's coming off 2 subs in his last 2 fights against Brian Kelleher, Benito Lopez, 2 tough guys. Before that, he beat Jay Perrin, unanimous decision. So, you got a guy that can finish, knockouts and subs. I hate the price, but, Guido Canetti right now is, he's almost 40 years old. So, I'm going to go with Mario Batista. I think Guido Canetti's over 40 right now, so
yeah,
he's getting close to the end.
Yeah. I think that took the place for the Austin Lingo fight because I think right before we hopped on here, it got canceled.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Nice. And then the next one, I can't wait for this one. This one I circled. It could be fight of the night. The Nikita Krylov sitting at number 6, fighting number 8, Ryan Spann. Who you got on that one?
I'm excited. I was pretty upset a few weeks ago when that got canceled the day of. I was looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
I know Krylov was around, I think he was around minus 200 before the fight got canceled. He's now down to minus 165. I do feel like more people are betting Span just for the fact that he pulled out. And I don't know if that's a great reason just to bet because of that. Because, some people say, oh, they're scared, this and that. If he was scared, I don't think he would have rebooked the fight 2 weeks later. So you can
Yeah.
throw that out the window. So I would have to think he really was sick. The only thing, that makes me worried about taking him is the fact that, 2 weight cuts in a row, him getting that sick, maybe it wasn't ideal, but I did like him to begin with, and I'm gonna stick with him now too. I'll take Krylov minus 165, but I mean, at any point, Span can put your lights out. Might even be able to choke him out as well. Krylov has been subbed by Paul Craig before, and he's been subbed by Jan Blachowicz and Misha Serkinov and Open St. Preux. So that is kind of scary. But overall, I'm going to go with Nikita Krylov.
Nice. Oh, yeah. This one, I'm going to go with Ryan Spann. Reason being is, last time I bet against him was against Dominic Reyes. I have no idea why I did that. But also, man, it's hard to bet against any athlete that comes out of this Saif Saud camp. On a tear. He's really building an empire to potentially get. Well, he has Brandon Moreno now to get another champion, I guess, in the gym. And like you said, Ryan Spann can knock you out or submit you. And when you're Krylov and you are, you've been tapped out by those kind of guys, all those kind of guys like OSP, that's kind of like Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann's not like all super muscular, but he's a tall, lanky, big dude. And then I think he knocked out Dominic Reyes right with the jab, something, right? I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was just a little left jab or something, and just slept him.
Yeah, no. So he clearly hits hard, and but same thing. This is just such a well balanced match where it's not going to be easy for either guy to get the W, and I'm excited to watch it. But I do think that Ryan Spann will get the dub. I don't know how, but I think he'll get the dub though.
Cool. So I'm on Nikita Krylov minus 165. You got Ryan Spann plus 140. I mean, I'm scared of my pick, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like Ryan Spann a lot.
Yeah. It's hard to bet against him. I mean, I didn't really feel right betting against him against Dominic Reyes, but I just thought Reyes was. I don't know. I was sold on that. So.
Yeah, but, I mean, the only way Ryan Spann's lost in the UFC is, one sub and 2 knockouts. So you're gonna probably have to, get him out of there to win the fight. Yeah. He's gotta come and look for the finish, because the guy's let him hang around, he's probably gonna finish you.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I can't wait for that one. And it could be fight of the night. You know what I mean? That shit could go back and forth. And it being 3 rounds, I mean, they're gonna probably step on the gas pedal right away. So.
Yeah, that's a big angle. It used to be 5, now it's 3. So someone's getting hurt.
Yep, absolutely. And then you guys could probably hear my cat in the back. Sorry about that. But the co-main event, Alexander Volkov, number 8, fighting Alexander Romanov at number 14.
This is a good one right here. 2 big boys. I do think it's going to be a tough one for Romanov. As good as he's looked, this is a big step up. Volkov's fought pretty much everyone at this point in heavyweight. That dude is no joke. Volkov's got the 80-inch reach. Romanov's got 75-inch reach. To get inside for the takedown could be a problem. I mean, I know that Romanov is probably going to take him down, but I don't think it's going to come as easy as it has in his other fights against other people. I mean, this dude's a giant, 6'7".
Yeah.
Romanov, his last fight, he lost to, Marcin Tybura. So, that was another step up in competition that, he didn't get the win there. It was definitely a very close fight, but, didn't get the win. Before that, he fought Chase Sherman, Jared Vandera, Juan Espino, Marcos Rogerio de Lima, and Rogi Martinez. So, I mean, yeah, this is a bigger step up in competition without a doubt. So for that reason, I'm going to take a dog. That you have to step up and fight better competition. I like the dog in this spot, to be honest. Volkov plus 125.
Oh yeah, man. I'm on the same boat as you. When I seen that Volkov was the underdog, I was kind of like licking my chops. I was like, wow, really? Like, I get the hype behind Romanov. Obviously, he's won 5 out of his last 6 fights. Pretty dominant in the grappling exchanges. But Volkov, the way he put out his last fight, I mean, dude's just an absolute unit. He's on a tear, and I think he's going to continue to climb up the ranks. But could you imagine Volkov gets this dub, another dub, and I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Never know. I mean, he did dominate Jorginho pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what he can do. But yeah, he has to get back past Romanov, and I think Volkov will get the KO. But yeah, when I seen he was a dog, man, I was super excited about this one because I'm pretty confident in Volkov to get the dub.
Yeah, that's it's a good pick. I had to take him as the dog there. We just haven't seen enough from Romanov yet to make me think that he's going to walk into the top 10 and just get an easy win like that.
Right.
Yeah. So I do like him though. He lost a lot of weight since his first few fights. He's looking good. But we'll see. I think his gas tank is not the greatest at times.
Yeah. We'll see. Like I say, his grappling is dominant, but I mean, you're gonna have to take Volkov down. You'll put your lights out clearly.
Yeah, hopefully, Volkov's worked on his ground game a little bit after Aspen. I'll rip through him pretty quick, but he just looked off in that fight.
Yeah. I mean, Aspinall's a beast too.
He is a beast.
He's a beast. And Volkov beat Tybura, who Romanov lost to.
Yep.
So I mean, that doesn't really. That's just MMA math, really. But doesn't really doesn't mean nothing. But it may give Volkov a little bit of a like a confidence boost. So who knows?
He didn't get taken down in that fight either. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
It is not easy to take down Alexander Volkov in his last 6 fights. He's only been taken down twice, and that was against Tom Aspinall. We saw how that went.
Yeah,
but it's not like he's easy to take down. So
right.
I mean, unless you're Curtis Blades, took him down 14 times, but it is. That's a good wrestler right there.
Absolutely, yeah. Curtis Blades. I mean, that's why I want to see Curtis Blades and John Jones.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good. I still don't think Blades will win, but
I don't either, but we'll see.
Yeah, it would be a good one. I think he's good.
Yeah.
He's probably not getting the next title shot right away, so we'll see. He might after Stipe though. You never know.
Yeah, he's like the heavyweight Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, there's not a lot of hype for him to get a title shot. Really, it doesn't seem like you never hear his name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we got the main event now. Petr Yan against Merab Dvalishvili.
Yeah, man. This one is it was so hard to pick who I think was gonna win. And I still don't even know. Like, I'm not even confident with the guy I wrote down on paper. But with Merab on this little, tear that he's on, in his little streak he's on, it would be hard to pick against him, but I am going to go with Petr Yan. The reason I think that is because it's a 5-round fight. I think if it was a 3-round fight, it would be a lot harder for Petr Yan to get the job done against someone like Merab. Merab's always bouncing around, moving, and Petr Yan has a gas tank on him too. So, But I think with somebody like Merab to out, and that's another thing too. I think Peter Yan's just going to outpoint him. I think it's going to go the distance. I don't think any guy is going to get a finish. Um, but I think to outpoint someone like Merab, you need all five of those rounds. With it being a 3-round fight, a round could get away so easily. So um, yeah, man. And with Peter Yan's back, I don't want to say his back's against the wall, but he's pretty pissed off right now. He has a chip on his shoulder. He thought he won his last fight. He probably brings it all the way back to him thinking he never should have lost his title in the first place. Man. So he's gonna be fighting a little angry, probably a little emotional, but yeah, man, I think that he's gonna get it done. And like I said, it's pretty good for him that he had with some of the two guys at the top, Sugar Sean O'Malley and Aljamain Sterling already. So, there's kind of a buildup that you could do there. And then with Merab, I think that it's he's gonna probably take the L, but it's not gonna drop his stock at all. And it probably will help him in the end because Aljo may lose the belt in the future, and it'll be easier for him to go and try to fight for the title. Because I mean, let's be real, who wants to fight their boy they train with every day and all that stuff, when it really comes down to it. So yeah, man, I'm gonna just go ahead though and lock in Peter Yan. I think he's gonna get the dub, and I think he probably will become the next challenger for the belt after the Cejudo and Aljo.
Unless the champion gets hurt in that, and then we get Sugar Sean O'Malley, Peter Yan title eliminator.
Again, for 2?
Sheesh. You never know. See?
Yeah. That's the thing. I figure we'll be as lucky as this next time. I don't know, man. It's a good one.
It's gonna be a good one. Yeah, so you're on Peter Yan minus 260. And like you said, this one is tough too, but I kind of feel the same way you do. Like, Peter Yan is just more battle tested. He lands more punches per minute. He does absorb more as well. But I think that's because a lot of people are worried about, the takedown with Merab. He's not absorbing as many. They're not as active throwing at him because they don't want to get taken down. Well, right. Peter got going for him, 90% takedown defense in the UFC. So, Merab's got to really be able to take him down and win this fight. I don't see how else he's going to win the fight. It's not going to happen on the feet, I highly doubt, unless he hits him with a lucky shot. But we saw Peter Yan just keep walking through the O'Malley shots, and I'm sorry, but Merab is not hitting him close to that hard.
Correct.
So, I do think, even though it's a 5-round fight, Peter Yan is just more battle tested. The other thing that scares me about Merab, yeah, he's won. What has he won? 2, 4, 6. He's won 8 straight, but against 2. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but the Jose Aldo he fought was the corpse of Jose Aldo. I mean, that was his last fight. He didn't look that great.
Yeah, he didn't look.
He was ready to go. He's a legend. Nothing wrong with that. And then he fought Marlon Moraes, and I mean, knocked him out. And who hasn't knocked out Marlon Moraes in the past 2 years? Not to be disrespectful either. I love Marlon Moraes, but I mean, that win hasn't aged well.
Right.
And then Cody Stamann, he beat him before that. Cody Stamann's 2-3 in his last 5 fights, and the 2 wins were Luan Lacerda and Eddie Wineland. And I know Eddie Wineland's not in the UFC anymore, so it's not like he's fighting, high competition. Then he beat John Dodson before that. John Dodson's now in bare knuckle. So a lot of these guys, the last 4 guys he's beat, there's only 1 left in the UFC, and that guy's 2-3 in his last 5. So compared to who Peter Yan's fighting, I mean, it's not that close. So
right.
I'm going to go with Peter Yan in this situation. I do think it's definitely a step up from Merab. I mean, the way Merab wins is, though, is, if he can't hold him down, Yan, they'd get held down for a round or 2 by Aljo in that second fight. Merab can find some success like that and steal, 2 rounds and win 1 on the feet. He could win, but
right.
I still, I don't like laying this price on Yan in a type of fight like this, but I'm still doing it.
Yeah, that's something I was kind of hesitant to about. Like, I didn't like how much of an underdog Merab was. I think this fight should be a lot closer. I mean, especially it being number 2 against number 3 too. It's these guys are pretty well evenly matched, but the big difference, like you were saying, is just the battle test of Petr Yan. His track record of who he's fought in the last 2 years in Merab's is pretty much night and day. So, but that's what makes this fun, man. Is Merab really up for the challenge, or see what happens here?
Yeah, it's going to be definitely good to see. Yeah, like I'm looking right now, and yeah, there's like out of his last 8 wins, I think at least 5 of them aren't in the UFC anymore.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
it is when you look at it that way.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's really crazy.
Not that he can't win. I mean, he could still win. Maybe he just you can only fight who's in front of you. Maybe he fought those guys and he makes a statement, but I'm still going with Yan.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think Jan's the safe pick here.
All right.
Cool.
Well, hope everyone enjoys the fights.
Yes.
To tune in, like us, like our posts on Instagram. Hopefully, we cash some tickets, see some violence.
Yeah, and if you cash tickets too using some of our picks, let us know, or even your own tickets that you submit. Send them on in, and then we could show, what people hit and stuff like that. And then too, I just also want to shout out Alexa Grasso too, real quick. I didn't get to do that at the top of the show, but shout out to Alexa Grasso for getting that dub, becoming the third born Mexican champion. I personally thought she was going to win from the very beginning, not comfortably, but I just had a weird feeling. And man, she did a super, super good job. And I think that she would probably do the same thing in the rematch, surprisingly. But I want to see that rematch right away, too. I don't know how you feel about that, but.
I definitely want to see it. She was really fast. I mean, I haven't seen someone be as fast as Valentina.
Yeah.
She was quick.
Yeah, quick, man. And that boxing is no joke. I mean, it's no fucking joke. And what's crazy, she looks like this sweet little girl, but my God, bro, when she gets up in there, it's like, wow, bro, hits hard, man, hits hard, and it's crazy. And and shout out to John Jones too, coming back, submitting his legacy and becoming the pound for pound best fighter in the world. As we all probably think and know. But also shout out to Henry Cejudo too for that little coaching video that's been going around on Twitter. I mean, that's pretty bad from the cringe man himself. So
Triple C. You said Grasso was the third Mexican champion. She's actually the second because your belt doesn't mean shit.
I knew it. What was crazy is when she did win it. I was telling the guy that I was watching it with. She was the second born because I forgot about Yair. You know what I mean? And then I went on Twitter, of course, and then I seen Moreno, Yair, and Grasso, this little tweet that someone made. And I totally forgot that Yair was the champion. But, you're kind of right. I mean, I'm a firm believer that the interim titles are whatever. In this case, it's a little weird because, like, we were all down. We were all down one up, but.
Yeah, I just didn't like because you're fighting on the card with the same guy that you're fighting for his belt. Like it was just a placeholder. It was stupid.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. And it's like Volk really didn't even need to give up his belt. Like we would all been him just jumping over and fighting Islam. Like who's not going to watch?
He didn't even give up his belt though. He didn't give it up.
Oh, he did.
They just did that in case he won. I think then they'd have a champ in case he goes to 155. So that's why it was stupid of me.
Yeah, because I seen on one of the podcasts, he's like, they told me they were going to vacate, and he's like, or that they were going to do an interim. He's like, okay, do it, or whatever. Yeah. And I said, okay, if he's okay with it, but it's like, he doesn't. Like in my opinion, he didn't, or they didn't need to. Then the company, they. But yeah, to sell tickets, they just had to do that, I guess. But I mean, Yair versus Volk. I mean, fuck, dude, that's a super good fight too.
Maybe if Volk takes him down and grounds and pounds like Frankie Edgar, it could be ugly. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that could be enough fight. I think it would be good, but when I saw that line come out, I'm pretty sure it's Volkanovski minus 500, and I almost fell over.
Dang, yeah. Well, with Volk, that's high. But with Volk, coming out and fighting Islam like that, I had a couple. You think Yair could beat Volk? I'm like, after last night when he, the Sunday after he fought him, I was like, no way. There's no. The way that he lasted and fought against Islam, I mean,
yeah,
it's
gonna be tough. It's gonna be extremely tough. I mean, even though Yair's nasty on the feet, but I mean, it's gonna be tough. He's gonna have to throw up a head kick or something because he's not gonna grapple him. Probably not gonna beat him 5 rounds of striking. He's gonna have to get Green Zombie type shit going on.
Yeah. No, yeah. Seriously, yeah. He's gonna. That's the thing, man. Is he's gonna have to find a special way to get out of there. That.
Yeah.
Cause standing there and boxing in front of Volk is never the answer. So, yeah, man. But yeah, shout out to Alexa Grasso, though. Most importantly, forget everybody else. Alexa Grasso to the moon, baby. Let's go.
Now we need a Mexican champion to defend the title, and you're all set.
I know.
I mean, I don't think Grasso's going to win, but I Moreno could definitely win the next one. That's a tough fight too, though.
Yeah, definitely.
If they fight.
Yeah, Pantoja, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough ass fight. So, yeah, then that's a cool thing too. Is these guys, all became champions when there's some straight fucking dogs from 1 to 8. You know what I mean? People just lined up. I mean, maybe besides Irene Aldana in her division, but Moreno, Grasso, and Yair. I mean, you got some pretty good competition there, and some worthwhile names to be champs. So they better hold on to the goddamn fucking belt, baby. But let's go, Alexa Grasso, shocking the world, man. It was awesome. And I was lucky enough to be in Mexico, and no one knew what the fuck was going on. And I'm just like, come on, vatos, let's go, dude, let's go. But
no bueno. They should have had that on.
No bueno. No, shout out to Mexico though. Shout out to Alexa Grasso.
Sounds good. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Enjoy the fights. Like and comment on Instagram, on the video, on YouTube. Appreciate everyone watching.
Yep. Yeah, guys. Later.